It's a great day in the space lanes, huh?
Welcome, Captain. We've been expecting you. You're clear to dock at Docking Port 1.
Time to cycle the airlock and move.
You can practically hear the sound of credits being wasted.
Hi. Please disregard. I attempted an informal greeting, but I
Welcome
am
aboard the UC
dissatisfied
Vigilance.
with the results.
Did you have any questions before I escort you to the commander? Yeah, listen to him. Carefully. The commander's a one-and-done kind of officer. In other words, he hates to repeat himself. Other than that, just observe standard military decorum, and it should keep you from serving any time on the ship's cleaning detail. I'm not authorized to divulge information about this vessel. Suffice to say, it's one of the toughest ships in the UC's arsenal. Of course. So, you're the vanguard that took down that terramorph on Tau Ceti. You've made quite an impression around here. Everyone upstairs is talking about it. Damn. That must have been one hell of a firefight. I almost regret missing out on all the fun. Of course, we don't normally see that kind of action on the Vigilance, but we have our moments. All right, Vanguard. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Akande should be waiting for you. Good luck.
Okay, hello.
I do not like the cold. Stiffens the joints, lowers reaction times.
Hey.
Yes? What?
Hello. Ah, there you are. Commander Kibwe Kande, UC SysDef. Glad to have you aboard. I was beginning to think you were having second thoughts about Commander Tuala's offer. UC SysDef is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle big picture stuff, we deal specifically with pirates. Since you're already involved with the Vanguard, I don't have to underline how important your contribution will be to this. Excellent. Then let's get right to it, shall we? This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance. SysDef's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet. We are currently in the Sol system, in deep orbit around Phobos. Whether this ship is impressive or not, you're the key element that we've been lacking. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Good. I have just the right place for you to start. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention. Well, it's the best we've got. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain... Eager to get going? Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down. Then you better learn to swim, because you're diving right into the deep end on this one. I've studied your profile. I know you can do this. I'm not about to throw away someone's life on a whim or a prayer. Just use your best judgment. Trust your instincts, and watch your back. I wouldn't expect any less. Look, before you begin, I want to... As an undercover operative for UC SysDev, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control. To put it simply, you can't go into every situation with guns blazing. Think before you act. Calculate what you're doing and pull the trigger only when it's absolutely necessary. At the end of the day, your primary goal is taking down... The Crimson Fleet doesn't follow the rules. All of their morals and... At first glance, this can appear quite enticing, so I'm warning you not to get lured into their trap. That's what I wanted to hear. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence. Now, that's easy to answer. You don't. We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance and attempting to keep it within you. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence, and at the completion, beyond that, all we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years. She's shrewd, and I'm afraid she's... For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be aware that you... Basically, if you land in jail... While you're running with the Crimson Fleet, you're undoubtedly going to be faced with some morally gray decisions. It's going to be difficult for you to weigh the consequences of pulling the trigger while maintaining... Do what you have to do. But remember why you're out there in the first place. Then you do what you have to do. The Crimson Fleet has the potential to kill hundreds, even if it takes a few deaths to maintain your cover, then so be it. But only. I'm not advocating violence. I'm merely urging you to weigh the consequences before you open fire. Look, I can see that you're struggling with this. So let me simplify this for you. If there's a route to your goal which doesn't involve killing innocent people, use your instincts. Dismissed.
All right, we don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood? You better make it, because Commander Akande cashed in all his chips to get this operation off the ground. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig. You're damn right I do. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard. What? No. It's personal. It has nothing to do with you. Just stick to the mission. Then you'll understand why it's so important that this operation is successful. Anyway, before I let you go, there's just one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return. It's not generous, it's motivational. Commander Akande's idea. All right, we've loaded it, we've cleared your ship. That should do it. We'll be keeping them close at hand until this operation is complete. So, if you're feeling particularly ruthless, you could always head down there and say hello. Not really, no. I've learned to keep my personal experiences separate from the job. Yeah. No, it's not really inappropriate. Let's just stick to the job, but maybe we can talk about it. Don't worry, the container's been registered with UC Security. Of course, if we find... Well, I'll be here if you have any more questions.
Hey.
Yes?
Sidonia. I will be finding red dust in my clothing for days.
Sidonia. Please. I suspect the soul system would be abandoned otherwise.
The miners pretty much run the lower levels here.
The UC Exchange is a great place to buy your weapons. Just make sure to keep them holstered.
Hello! Welcome to the Sidonia UC Exchange. The best goods, all courtesy of the United Colonies, straight to all of the wonderful UC soldiers, workers, and other citizens. I've got a little of this, a little of that, and maybe a little of some other things you would... But that's because I try to provide for everyone here. So, please, browse my... Take a look. Ah, friend. You see, not only do I sell goods for the United Colonies, why, even now I have... The ship is out in the desert of Mars, not where it should be. Ship services tells me they can look at it, but I need my... You? Take care of anything on board, then come back. No rush, but... well, actually... no. I need you to go to where the ship is and see what the problem is. Oh, then you need to make sure it's safe and... The UC, but me, I get a little bit... Hey, catch you on the flip side!
We got lots of stuff. Cool. But... Come. Back anytime.
All hands aboard were dead, and the signs point to Varun Zelens. The call has gone out.